Hey, Adam,
Geez,
one
why,
thing.
why do you think they called bumpers, Gary?
I don't know.
Because they come at the beginning, at the end, like bumpers.
Alex, you're a marketing guy. Do you like that design behind Paul? Does that logo thing look pretty cool to you?
Hey, I forgot to hit the record button.
Yeah, that's really professional, isn't it?
Well, this is a professional podcast.
I met her in a parking lot and was handed 2 little Yorkies. And the only person I knew that knew Yorkies was Paul. So I called Paul and said, Paul.
Sweet Talk is a weekly 20-minute podcast brought to you by the Continuing Education and Workforce Training Division of Idaho State University's College of Technology. Find us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and SoundCloud and subscribe today. Now it's time to get started with Sweet Talk.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sweet Talk, our weekly podcast here at Idaho State University's Continuing Education and Workforce Training. I am one of your hosts, Paul Dickey, the Video Instruction Manager and Apprenticeship Coordinator here at SWEET. And as always, joining me is our Marketing Director, Angie Wilhelm. Angie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you, Paul. We have a really wonderful guest on today. We have Lesa Crawford. She is ISU's Student Care and Assistance Coordinator, as well as the Director of Bengals Pantry, which will be our topic of discussion today. Welcome, Lesa. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you so much for having me here today. So I work in the Dean of Students office. And I have only been in this role for about 4 months, so I'm pretty new here to ISU, but I am alumni as well. I get the flow of students who come in who have any questions, have hit any barriers or hardships, and need some help finding resources. So that's what I do up here in the office, and then down at Benny's Pantry, we serve students with food and hygiene items for free. They can come in up to twice a month. Using their Bengal ID card. And then, we're just kind of getting in the swing of things, trying to get Benny's Pantry up and rolling a little bit better, trying to reach out to the community partners and get more community support coming in so that we can move on the show.
Okay, so maybe for people who might not be familiar with Benny's Pantry, can you give a little brief description of what Benny's Pantries is and the services it provides?
Sure. So Benny's Pantry is a food and hygiene pantry located in the lower level of the staff building. Students, faculty, and staff can access this with their Bengal ID card. They can come in and it's basically like a little grocery store. It's just kind of set up, shelves on the wall. We do have a fridge and a freezer. They can come in up to twice a month, pick the items that they want. We just weigh it on the way out so that we can keep track of what's coming and coming out, and that's how simple it is.
Okay, so is there an application process to using the services, or any student that comes to Benny's Pantries with the ID can come in and use those services?
Yep, there's no application. We do have them sign a little waiver form when they on their very first visit, and it's open for ISU staff, faculty, and students. So
I have a question. We actually had the Idaho Food Bank on here earlier. Can you discuss, so this is a similar question that I asked you. Obviously, inflation has been, very prominent in adjusting what people can and cannot afford. Have you seen an increase in students, staff, or faculty that have used Benny's Pantry recently?
Absolutely. So I was kind of looking at the numbers from before I got here. It looks like we have tripled in patrons since 2020. So we have had a huge influx of people coming in. And because of inflation and the cost of goods, we haven't seen that matched in donations coming in. So we have really struggled at keeping food on the shelves up until this month. We have been very grateful. Actually, in November, we had so many donations from different groups and clubs here on campus, and also just community, just people in the community. ICCU came in and helped us out. And so our shelves are looking pretty good right now. I'm very, very thankful. We'll go down there and try to clear up what's actually right now.
So Lisa, what kind of donations are you typically looking for?
So anything that you would want in your house as far as food and hygiene products, um, students don't have a lot of time to cook things from scratch. We do sometimes get like flour and sugar and those kind of things, but students are mostly looking for convenience foods, and we're trying to keep it as healthy as possible. But things that are easy: canned soups, boxes of cereal. We do have the fridge and freezer, so we can keep milk, we can keep frozen things on hand. We love when people bring us fresh produce. So especially if people have extra from their gardens and they want to bring some to the pantry. Our patrons love having some fresh food options. We do also take gift cards. Gift cards are really great for us because if you make a monetary donation, of course, we appreciate that. And we can use that for a lot of things, but we do lose a cut of that going through the foundation. So gift cards help us to be able to utilize the full amount donated. We can use that to put groceries on the shelves, or we can use it to give to patrons who have special foods that maybe aren't something that we normally cover in the pantry.
So when you say gift cards, what kind of gift cards are you referring to?
So gift cards to grocery stores like Albertsons, Walmart, Fred Meyer, somewhere where students could get the special things that they need that we don't normally keep on the shelf.
So when someone donates a gift card, you're actually going out shopping, or do you give the gift cards to the students directly?
We can go out and go shopping if they, if we get a substantial gift card, we're probably not going to give that just to one student. But a lot of times we'll get $15, $20 gift cards. And if we know that somebody has special needs, we can accommodate them that way. We are starting to carry more items that we didn't before, like alternative milks, spices and seasonings that we might not have had before. We are trying to grow also what we see in the pantry.
I have a question for you regarding expiration dates on food. How long can you take a packaged item past its expiration date, if at all?
So we really try to emphasize that we would like food that's donated to not be expired. Once food is expired, we do have a shelf that is specifically for expired foods. There's no limits on those foods. Students can take as much as they want. And that is one of the reasons why we have them sign a waiver. That's up to them if they're comfortable with that. But anything that's expired is kept on that one shelf. The things that are on our main shelves throughout the pantry, we make sure that those things are still within our expiration date.
Now, what type of students do you see usually typically using your service? Is it single students, or students are alternate students that have families of their own?
Both. We definitely see a wide range of students. We have a lot of non-traditional students here at ISU. So we do have some things set up in the pantry that are limited in quantity by what you can take per person in the household, or some things that are just like so many items per household as in general. But we see a wide range of students. We get students who live here on campus that might not have transportation to go to and from stores. We have a lot of international students that come to the pantry. It's hard for them to, they can't work off campus while they're here, so funds are really tight for them. So the pantry is a way that they can make things go a little bit further. Yeah, we have students, faculty, and staff in all different situations that come through the pantry.
Now, you said you also take donations of vegetables, which is a perishable item, which that's not typically what food banks take in, is it?
So we do get some perishable things even from the Idaho Food Bank, but it's not something that comes very easily just because of the care that it takes to keep it fresh. So yes, we do take things from people that are fresh produce. And again, students sign a waiver. We'll tell them this came from somebody's garden. This came from where. It's up to them if they're interested in the support.
Oh, that's nice. People being able to donate from their garden. That sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the fruit trees and things around here that might just harvest is way more than what that particular family may use.
Yes, we had beautiful tomatoes, zucchinis. We're still getting some butternut squash. Just beautiful things. It's really nice to have those fresh options.
So you said that you've gotten a lot of donations because we're heading into the holiday season. But what are the donations like during the rest of the year, and what is your period that you struggle the most with?
So I can only make for 4 months. So I'm just kind of trying to get the feel for things. I will say we anticipated having this surplus over holidays, and we greatly appreciate that. But we were struggling pretty hard before that. We're open Monday through Thursday, and by Wednesday afternoon, our shelves were bare. We had students calling saying, "I'm at the pantry and there's no food here," and that's so hard. So we are asking for more community support, more food drives, any clubs or different groups that would be willing to do food drives for us. We're happy to correspond and picking those things up, bringing collection bins out to them, anything to help make that successful so that we can get more food done.
And I actually really love that there's collection bins occasionally throughout campus. We have one right outside our door that I've seen people put food in.
Oh,
So I
wonderful.
think that's really, really nice that collection bins exist. I'll check on it today and send you an email if there's anything in it.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
How else could people donate? Are there certain hours they could bring food in?
So donations can always be brought here to the Dean of Students office. We have a bin right inside our door. I've had people who have called and said, "Hey, I have a pretty big donation in my car." They can call my office. My window faces the front of the sub building. They can pull their car right up to the front of the sub, and I'm happy to go down there with carts and help them unload their car to get those bigger donations in as well. Our pantry hours are pretty slim. We're open from 4 to 6 Monday through Wednesday and 3 to 6 on Thursday. The donations could always be brought directly into the pantry at those hours too. I am more than happy to coordinate personally with people to make bringing donations in as easy as possible for them. They can always get a hold of me, and I'm happy to do that.
So, Lesa, how does the university support Benny's Pantry? Because I see this as if someone is stressed over food, it might affect their academic performance.
Absolutely. I mean, if our basic needs are not met, we're not getting a lot else done. So I think Benny's Pantry being able to provide food and hygiene products, things that meet those first essential basic needs, they help make a difference for a lot of students of whether or not they can continue their attendance at ISU. We are also starting to get organized and having more resources available, the information for more resources down in the pantry. And students can also always come to my office if there are resources that they're looking for, needs that are not being met for them. That's my job as student care and assistance coordinator, is to help make sure those things are being taken care of.
And we've said this a couple times, but it's just food and hygiene. I think a lot of times when people think of a food bank or donating, they think a couple cans of here, there, but they're not thinking about those other essential products like soap, shampoo, and so forth. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's probably one of the things that we actually have to purchase to keep into the pantry is shampoo, conditioner, body wash. A lot of students maybe have a shared shower situation, so bars of soap are not ideal for them. Even things like trash bags or paper towels, household cleaners, those things can be really expensive. And so just having that available once in a while for students and any of the patrons can make a really big difference to a budget.
And will you take those as donations as well, those types
Absolutely.
of items?
Yep, absolutely.
And are there
So-
any hygiene items that you may need more than another, like possibly deodorant, shampoo, diapers? I'm sure some families might need diapers for their children.
Yes, we do have an area in our pantry that is specifically baby and toddler needs. Those are like baby food, diapers, formula. There's no limits on those things. If people need those, students come in and take what you can use. We go through a lot of toothbrushes and toothpaste, deodorant, shampoos and conditioners, just those basic things. So,
Also, are you looking for volunteers to help out at the pantry at any time?
we love volunteers. I will say since we've been doing a couple of news broadcast pieces of things, we have gotten a lot of calls for volunteers. I'm starting to get together a list of things that would be helpful for them to do other than just hours in the pantry. If you come down to Benny's, you'll see it's a small pantry right now. So Fridays are our best day for volunteering. We do stocking between 12 and 2. We have Walmart delivery. We have our food bank delivery. So we could always use extra hands then to get that through out of the vehicles brought in and shelved and stocked and put away. That's our great time if somebody wants to actually put hours into the pantry. But I'm also working on some other ideas for volunteers to be able to help with like social media pieces, putting together food drives, reaching out to community partnerships. I would really love to be able to utilize volunteers for those things as well.
Speaking of community partnerships, do you have any community partners that donate on a regular basis to the pantry?
So right now, the only one that we have is the food bank. And so it's kind of hit and miss what they have available. I will say ICCU has been amazing the last few months. They came ready to help. They came ready to help us clean, ready to help us stock. And then they also brought a few pretty sizable donations. We have a couple other groups who do an annual food drive. So once a year, we know we can look to them to help us get our stock back up. But we don't have any other community partners at this time, like grocery stores or anything of that nature that we're working with on a regular basis.
So what do you think is the biggest struggle running the pantry?
The biggest struggle is, I think one thing is we're not open that many hours. I would love to see us be able to be open more hours, and that would mean more funding for being able to pay people to be in there those hours. The students that we do have work study, and that will only go so far. But I think we could reach a lot more students if we had a better variety of hours that we were open. Keeping food on the shelf, honestly, that's our biggest struggle. Having students call and say there's no food is heartbreaking when it's on a Thursday and they have to wait until Monday when we get our next shipment in. That's probably the hardest thing for me personally, is to have to tell somebody I'm sure a lot will come Monday. That's just not acceptable to me. So we really want to work on being able to have more items available.
Now, you had mentioned that you get a delivery from Walmart.
But
Is that items that Benny's Pantry needs to purchase, or are those items donated?
those are items that we purchase with monetary donations.
And then how
No.
can someone donate monetarily to you? If
So they can donate through our website. There's a link on our website that they can donate through. There's a link on our Facebook page that they can donate through. Donations can always be brought into the Dean of Students office, and I'd be more than happy to get those processed. There's those couple of ways.
So if they wanted to reach out to you, Lesa, how would they reach out?
So they can always call me here at the office. My phone number here is 208-282-2315. That's my direct line, and they can leave a message if I'm away from my desk. They can always email us at pantry@isu.edu.
well,
No, go ahead.
go ahead. We're almost out of time, Paul. So I'm really glad you had Lesa tell us how people could reach out to you. So go ahead, Paul.
So I know you've only been in the position for 4 months, but what's the most rewarding thing about working at the pantry?
Having patrons come in and just the look on their face when they find something that they really want or that they really need, just their gratitude. I was a starving student. I was a single mom with 2 kids coming to school. I know what that feels like, to put my kids to bed hungry. I don't want anybody to have to put their kids to bed hungry. I don't want any student to have to decide between using the funds that they have to get to school or the funds that they have to eat. I don't want anybody to have to make that decision. So just the sheer gratitude from patients who come in that truly need their assistance, and it makes a difference for them to be able to get through college. I know getting my degree changed my life. It changed my students' life. So if we can make that happen for as many people as possible, that's the biggest piece there is.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today, Lesa.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys very much. Nice meeting you.
Yes. Well, thank you, Lesa. It's such important work that you're doing, and it's such a important department that you're running over there. Again, those words are saying that a student shouldn't have to choose between doing well academically and eating. And I agree with that so much. Now, if anyone would like to reach us to find out what our offerings are, they can visit our webpage at cetrain.isu.edu, or you can email us at cetrain@isu.edu, or give us a call at 208-282-3372. And also, if you like this podcast, please like, share, and subscribe. We're a community podcast trying to get message out for different type of community services like Lesa's, the Benny Pantry. So please, if you like our podcast, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and be safe out there.